before we show the world premiere of the trailer for my new film, Lost Between Houses, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm David Gilmore, author of many classics and executive producer of the upcoming film. Now, for those who haven't read the book yet, which I highly suggest you do, this section is for you. Lost Between Houses tells the story of Simon, a 16-year-old boy, with a father in and out of a mental hospital and a mother trying to keep everyone together. He falls in love, travels, and feels the disconnect of living between country life and city life. It's a classic teenage tale, and it's one of my favorite books I've ever written, and I think many teens or people my age will enjoy it, as it takes place in the 1960s, but incorporates elements of modern, well, 1999 teenage lingo and expressions. Now, some of the filming locations may seem familiar, as many of them are from the book. Here are a few examples.
Bishop Strachan Private School, National Exhibition of Canada, Downtown Toronto, Toronto Bus Terminal, and Huntsville.
I've just been informed that we'll be having a little call-in session before the trailer premieres, of course, where people can call in. I hope fans can call in, really, and ask questions about the book, film, and just ask me questions. Yeah, so we'll let those calls roll in, as they say. Oh, it's a caller.
Hi, I'm calling from Etobicoke, and I'd like to know what inspired you to write this book.
What inspired me? Well, it's pretty simple, really. Toronto. Maybe not just Toronto, but Toronto, you know? I think when you're a teenager, you really start to explore the area around you. And when you're an adult, you like to travel a lot. You like to go to other places. But when you're a teenager, you tend to travel around the city. And I think Simon, in the book, is a great character to show off these locations, which may seem repetitive, but there are some varied locations in Toronto. And I think the idea of having his cottage is also a very well thought out idea that I made, of course, that kind of branches out the two worlds, or the two houses that he's lost in between. Yeah.
Hello, I'm calling today from Toronto, and I'm here to talk about this man's upcoming book, his already published book, and his upcoming film. I want to say, first of all, that his book is complete and utter steaming garbage. Alright? It is a garbage piece of literature. His film, I'm sure, will be equally as riveting as his book, which is to say not very, and in fact quite off-putting. I hope his career crashes, as this book will do no one any good, and as the film, I expect, will do the same.
Yeah, I do appreciate reviews of my work, especially ones that are very critical, like the one we just heard. But I ask that you leave this section for questions only, and please, no jokers of any kind allowed, as we are on a limited time schedule, as I've been told. So I guess we can get another caller in.
Hi, am I on the air?
Yes, you were on the air.
Am I allowed to swear?
I wouldn't advise to swear, sir, but we do have people who can, you know, the guy back there who can press a button and... Yes, please, no jokers allowed. That's right, if you want to call in, just ask a question about me, the book, or the film, okay? Nothing else. No funny stuff. It's not funny, but to you it might be funny. More questions, please. I mean, I'm waiting.
Hi, is this book based off your childhood?
No, it's not at all. I'm not like Simon, or I was never like Simon as a kid growing up. I feel like Simon's more of the troublemaker type. I was never that kind of kid. I was a, got good grades, I mean. Had a good friend group. Not popular, neither Simon, but no, when people ask me this question a lot of people ask me this question, actually, because, it's a teenage boy in Toronto, just like I was a long time ago, but, no. To answer your question, no. Simon is not based off me, nor is the story based on me as a teenager. Maybe some events, but no. Thank you for your question. Please, no jokers. Thank you.
Hello, I'm calling from Scarborough. I'm wondering if the actors from the book will be in the film by any chance. I like to see that.
If you're really serious, then,
Yes.
of course, the actors from the book will not be in the film, as that there were never any actors in the first place. So, I appreciate the concern, but, no, the actors from the book will not be returning for the film. Thank you.
I think Simon's a realistic character. I mean, kids
Yeah.
these days, all they do is just smoke and go on the computer and have the set.
Yes, I do not believe Simon is a role model in the story, well, a realistic role model, as I didn't really write him out to be a role model. I mean, he has some good moral points that I think some kids should follow. Kids in his position, I assume, would want to follow those kind of rules. But no, he's not the kind of kid to, you should tell your kids, oh, you should be like Simon. I mean, go ahead if you want, but Simon is not a good role model. I mean, yes, not a good role model. Do not sometimes be like Simon, but not all the time. I think we have one more time, one more question. It's a time and all that. So, who's the lucky caller?
What kind of parent allows their child to drop out of school? What kind of idiot does this kind of stuff to their own child? Like, are you trying to make them fail everything in life, for God's sake?
This debate has been asked a lot, now more than ever, due to my popularity and maybe history getting a bit more recognized in the writing world. Yes, it is true, I let my son drop out of school, and I, in fact, do not regret this decision, as you can read all about it in my book, The Film Club, or Film, I think that's what I call it, but it's a non-fiction book about how I let my son not attend class anymore, well, not attend school. It's basically about why I let him, drop out of school. So, before you start debating about these kind of issues, you should really check your facts first, like this book. It's in stores. Yes, so, yeah, we can have one more question. That's an actual question.
Hello, will there be a sequel to the book? I would like to see a sequel, actually. Or a prequel, you never know. Or it's just a sequel. Will there be a sequel?
Sequel, if you read the book, I think the ending kind of ends the story of Simon in a way, because he is a he's a big journey in the film, in the book, of course, too. But I don't want to spoil anything for newcomers. But I mean, it might come up for a sequel or something. But I think his story's over. I think I like to write sequels to my stories. I think it's kind of stupid because you have all the pressure of the first book on your hands. Because but if someone like me, then you can write anything really. So now I'm going to write a sequel. I mean, I assure you that if this film is successful, then and if we do and if I ever do write a sequel to this book, there probably will be a sequel to this film. So thanks for the question, and I think yes, trailer time. So sit back and relax, ready for this new trailer from an upcoming film, Lost Between.